Okay, boys and girls, so I'm going to show you how to make your donut using newspaper. So we're going to create a donut by wrapping newspaper, twisting it into a circle, and then adding masking tape. But the very first thing you'll need to do today is get a piece of scrap paper, and this will be your name paper, so you know which donut is yours. So get one of these pieces of scrap paper, and in one corner write your name. I'll write my name. And please also write your class number in case these sculptures get mixed up. So let's pretend I'm in 4A. Good. Once you've written your name, you're ready to get some newspaper to start making your sculpture. So I have the newspaper in the full size sheets. So like they're these giant sheets of newspaper. What you'll do with the newspaper is you'll start rolling it or folding it into a kind of like stick, I guess. So I'm gonna roll mine starting with the narrow side because I want my donut to be nice and thick. So I'll start rolling all the way. And so now it's rolled into one stick. So now I can start to make my donut shape. So for your design, you can think how small you want the hole inside the donut to be, or even if you want a hole at all. So for example, if you want like a jelly-filled donut with no hole, you'll just start with a spiral and keep wrapping it all the way around. You can also make an easy cinnamon bun using this technique. If you want your donut to be like this one and have a hole in the middle, then you'll do the same thing, but you'll leave your hole in the middle. So I want my hole to be about this size. I think this is a good thickness for my donut. So I'll wrap this one up. Maybe I'll make it a little smaller. And the easiest way to do this is to tape as you go. So it can stay like this and you can keep adding more newspaper to make it thicker. So we're going to tape with masking tape. So when I'm using masking tape, I pull off the masking tape, and I think the easiest thing to do is to tear with your fingers. So I put two fingers together and pull one of my hands towards me, and this will tear the masking tape easily. So I'll wrap the masking tape around. Now I'll keep going, so I'll get another piece, but this time I want the next piece to be a little narrower. I think this is really thick, so I don't want my donut to be too thick. So I'll get my next piece of newspaper, and I'm going to roll a tighter stick. So I'll roll. So this is my technique of doing it. Maybe while you're working, you can find a technique that works better for you. So maybe for the next piece, I'll actually try a different technique, and I'll make it narrower by twisting the newspaper. I think this is good. So I'm now ready to attach it around, so I'll wrap it all around, and this will make my donut even thicker. Yeah, I think this is great. If it's really bumpy like this, it doesn't matter. We'll fix it in the next step. So put my two fingers together to tear. Great. Maybe I think I need just one more piece of newspaper for my donut. So I'll get another sheet of paper and do the same thing. I'll roll my newspaper. This time I'm not even rolling it nicely, I'll roll it crinkly. Again, I'll wrap it around my donut to make it even bigger. Great. So I think this is now a good size for my donut. So I'll add another piece of masking tape. Pull and rip. Great. So once you're finished making your donut, we'll add the next step today. The next step is doing the paper mache. Right now there's some holes in between the newspaper and it's really bumpy. Adding the paper mache will make it even more smooth. So what I'll do is I'll get a piece of white paper and I'm going to tear my piece of white paper into strips. Great. So the easiest way is to tear all your paper first. It doesn't have to be perfect, you're just tearing it into kind of long but random strips. Good. Now I'm ready to start paper mache. For paper mache, we're going to use a mixture of water and glue. So it's kind of like gluey water. What we'll do is you'll dip each of your paper strips into the glue and water mixture, and we want to make sure that the glue mixture drips over the bucket, not onto the table. And to keep it even cleaner, you can work over the piece of scrap paper with your name. So this is kind of like a messy mat also. So now I can wrap the white paper around the newspaper, and this will smooth out my donut. And then when the glue dries, it will dry hard, so my donut will be nice and strong, so it can't break. So again, I'm wrapping the paper around the donut, and we need to cover all of the newspaper. Another reason we're adding the white paper is, so the next day when we paint your donut, we have a nice white donut to paint. Today you're going to actually use 2 pieces of white paper to cover your donut. To make your donut even stronger, I suggest doing 2 layers of the white paper. So you want your donut to be covered in white paper. So I know today you'll also have to put white paper on the bottom, but I think it's okay. So at the end of class we're going to stick it on here, and maybe you're thinking, uh-oh, but my donut will stick to the paper. If the donut sticks to the paper, it's no problem. It's just gaining a new layer of paper. It's okay to rip the scrap paper, and we can just paint over it also. So I need to keep going. It's okay if glue gets on my hands. It's no problem. I'll wash my hands after. I'm going to cover all of my donut with this white paper. I'm trying to smooth it out so there's no bumps and all the paper is sticking to the newspaper. So you can see the work that I've been doing. I've been going slowly and carefully. I have messy hands, but it's no problem. So I'll keep going all the way around, and when I'm finished for today, I'll get my name paper, put my donut on top, and when you're finished, of course you might want to wash your hands before you do this. What you'll do is you'll bring your name paper and your donut stays on top, and you will put your work where there's space. So I'll tell you in class where we'll store all the work for the next art class, but we'll stay together, your donut on top of your name paper. Have fun!